Hello everyone, welcome to TV Math Hub, your online home for clear, practical mathematics lessons. I am TV, and in every video, we focus on making mathematics simpler, one concept at a time. Let's get into today's lesson. Let us look at question number 2, which says use trapezium rule with 4 sub-intervals to estimate at 3 decimal places the integral of 0 to pi by 2 cos of x dx. We shall look at the solution. So we are given the integral of 0 to pi by 2 cos of x dx. We need to use trapezium rule with 4 sub-intervals. And we need our answer to 3 decimal places. Now, let us begin by looking at d. D is same as the range, which is pi by 2, the upper limit minus the lower limit, divided by the number of sub-intervals, and the number of sub-intervals are 4. So you have d as pi by 2, then minus 0, it remains pi by 2 divided by 4, which you can now have as pi by 2 divided by 4. So this is same as pi by 2 times 1 divided by 4, and this is pi by 8. So this is our d. So having got the value for d, next we look at this given expression. So our y is this one here, cos of x. But since now we are dealing with trig functions, one thing you must be careful of is when you are getting y values, then your calculator must be in radians. Your calculator must be in radians. And it is also important to get the d, or to leave d in terms of pi here. So leave it in terms of pi. So let us look at now the table for the different values of x and y. So from our table, we shall have our x here. We shall have our y, which is equal to cos of x. So the first value will be the first value will be this value here. The first value is the lower limit, which is 0. So that will be the first value. So this will be 0. This will be 0. And from there you get 0 plus pi by 8, which is our d. So our d is pi by 8. Pi by 8. So you get the 0, you add there pi by 8, you get pi by 8. Then next get pi by 8. The value you have got, add there again d. Add there pi by 8. So this will be, LCM is the same, so pi plus pi, that is 2 pi divided by 8. So you will get 2 pi divided by 8. Then again get 2 pi divided by 8. Add there pi divided by 8. So you will get 3 pi divided by 8. 3 pi divided by 8. Again get 3 pi divided by 8. Add there pi divided by 8. So this will give us 4 pi divided by 8. But of course 4 pi divided by 8 is same as pi divided by 2, which is where we are supposed to stop. You should add up to pi by 2. So from there, 4 pi divided by 8 is pi by 2. So this is same as pi divided by 2. So divided by 2. So that is what we shall basically obtain. That is what we shall basically obtain as the values of x. So here, if you get 2 pi divided by 8, if you are still adding, please don't reduce this to be a quarter. It will be the same answer, but it might disturb you when you are adding there. So to maintain the same LCM, keep maintaining the same LCM. It will be easy to deal with. Otherwise, it is still the same thing as someone writing 2 pi by 8 as pi by 4. It is the same thing. However, since you are still adding there your pi by 8 on each of them, then it is important also to maintain the same LCM, so you can simply deal with the addition easily. Okay, now having gotten the values of x as that, from 0 you must add up to this last point, which is pi by 2. So here we shall have our sum, and here we need y naught. As I said, to obtain the values for y, our calculator must be in radians. The calculator must be in radians. Okay, so let's first have these off. So the first value we shall obtain is for x equaling to 0. We are substituting in cos of x, and the calculator should be in radians since we are using the pi here. So 1, we are getting y equaling to cos of x. So when x is 0, y will be cos of 0. So what is cos of 0? Cos of 0 is 1, so put 1 here. Since we are writing this, we need the answer to 3 decimal places, so we can have this as 1.0000. So we want to have our values at 4 decimal places. If you are interested in 3 decimal places, make sure you consider decimal places greater than 3. So you can use 4, you can use 5 there. Okay, so this is 1, but we can put the zeros to show that we are considering up to 4 decimal places. But even if you maintain it as 1, it has no problem. No one will penalize you for not putting the zeros. So next, we shall have the last one. The last one is pi by 2. Y is equal to cos of pi by 2. So that place it on the calculator. Cos of pi by 2. Pi is a shifty. Then put the pi divided by 2. Put it the way it is. Cos of pi divided by 2. So this will give us 0. This value will be 0. So that is like 0.000. Add the zeros to make it 4 decimal places. But as I said, even if you write it as 0, even if you write this as 1, if it has no decimal places, it is still okay. Now, as I said, we have got the formula of doing this from the calculator. But if you want, you can keep calculating for each one of these. From the calculator, as I said, you can put it as cos. So put cos, then put brackets, then put x. X, you know how to put that from the calculator. Close your bracket. So I'm putting this cos then of x. So place cos from the calculator and then your x. So the x is there. That is alpha. That button named alpha there. Then you put this one of the bracket. The x is up there on that button for this bracket. Okay, so when you put this one on the calculator, press calc. Then after you press calc, so it will bring you x question mark. So press your x, the first one is 0. Press 0, press equal signs, it will give you 1. Then again, press calc, it brings this. Press pi by 2, put the pi by 2, pi divided by 2, put the value as, and you get the value as 0. Again, press solve, then put pi by 8, pi divided by 8. So pi by 8, what do you get? Pi by 8, you get pi by 8, you get 0.92387, like that. So this will be same as having 0.923 then 879. So that is it. 879, that will be 9. So next, put again solve, then 2 pi. So next is 2 pi, 2, then pi, then divide it by 8. 2 pi, then divide it by 8. So that will give you 0.7071. Then again, put your solve there, put 3 pi 3, then pi, then divide it by 8 also. So still you'll get 0.382 and 7. So that is the value you will get. So from there, get the sum. Okay. There is a mistake here. This one. So this one here should be here. Okay, so make that correction there. So we should have this one here. So that is it. That is 0.0000. So the sum will be this plus this, which will be still 1. Then you get this. That is 0.9239. Add there 0.7071. Add there 0.3827. So it will give you a value which is 2.013 Remember, we add these ones in the middle together, and these ones, the last value, the extreme values, are together. So that one is our substitution in the expression. So this one here is like your y naught. This one here is like your y naught. This is your y1, y2, y3, and this one here is your y4. So that is what we shall have. So next, let us now substitute in the expression for the area. So trapezium rule says this is a half times d into y naught plus So we have up to y0 plus up to y4. So this is up to y4. So that is y0 and y4. So this is y4. Then others, you multiply them by 2. y0, y1 plus y2 plus y3. So it means, for our case, it will imply that the integral from 0 to pi by 2 of cos of x dx will be approximately equal to a half times d. D is pi by 8 into y0 plus y4. We have got the value here. This is the value, which is 1. Then plus 2 times this value. So this is 1. So this is 1.0000. As I said, even if you leave it as 1, it is okay. Then 2 times the value there is 2.0137. So simplify that and get the answer. So this is times 2, then plus 1. Then we multiply by pi by 8. Then we also multiply by a half. So it should be able to give us the value, which is 0.987127681. This is the value you get. But we need our answer to 3 decimal places. Pi by 2 cos of x dx will be approximately equal to 0.987. And this is to 3 decimal places. And that will be your answer. So those are some of the procedures that we follow when we are looking at what we call the trapezium rule. So I hope the procedures are very clear, and that will be all about our example number 2. So this is what we have been doing. Then you get x, then you get y, and you substitute. The most important thing is having these two together, then the middle ones together, multiply, then in the formula, then it is a half times d, which you already have, plus or into this sum here, plus 2 times this sum, and you get your answer. So that is all about our question number 2. So next we can look at the next question. That will be question number 3.